Count elapsed time by moving to the next hour first.
Today, watch the scene carefully. We are exploring Minute Hand Lagoon, a place where numbers and symbols are woven directly into the environment. By watching Tella navigate these paths and currents, we can see exactly how time behaves in physical space. The structure can be seen before it is named. Time here is a measurable distance, ready to be tracked step by step. This painted lagoon clock resting in the reeds is Tella's first obstacle. To read it, we look first at the shorthand. It sits just past the 7, telling us the hour is 7. Next, we find the exact minute. Each small carved mark is 1 minute, and the longhand has passed 23 of them. Write the time as 7:23. The clock shows 7:23. Moving forward over the sandbar requires measuring time as continuous movement. Tella starts her journey at 3:15. Jump 15 minutes from 3:15 to 3:30. Then jump 10 more minutes to 3:40. Add the jumps. 15 plus 10 equals 25. From 3:15 to 3:40 is 25 minutes. The weather changes at the Chale. Tella must cross from 9:50 to 10:20. The 10 o'clock mark is a clear stepping stone. Jump 10 minutes to reach 10 o'clock. Jump 20 more minutes to 10:20. Add the jumps. 10 plus 20 equals 30. Breaking the journey at the nearest hour simplifies the math. From 9:50 to 10:20 is 30 minutes. A swim starts at 4:10 and lasts 35 minutes. When does it end? Break the 35-minute duration into manageable jumps. First, jump 30 minutes from 4:10 to 4:40. Jump 5 more minutes. The line lands at 4:45. The swim ends at 4:45. Looking back at Minute Hand Lagoon, the entire route is laid out before us. These labels define the quantities in the scene, while Tella's movement shows those quantities changing. Math notation simply records that physical relationship. By reading the minutes and jumping along the line, you can measure and predict time intervals anywhere you go.
10 minutes plus 20 minutes is 30 minutes.